Yo, what is good, y'all? It's Love the Toes, and I got 3 tips today that you can learn in under 2 minutes that will guaranteed boost your rank. And I mean that shit. But also to clarify, what I mean is that these tips are something you can hop into practice, learn to identify in 2 minutes, and then take into matchmaking online matches where it's just practice from there on out. So the first tip I have for you today is something called crushes. Now, this has to do with the fact that every move you throw in Tekken has a height hit status that it registers at. Here's what I mean. A jab will hit high, and in practice it'll tell you it hits high. Most characters have a down forward 1. It's a mid check, and it says middle when you hit it. And then just for safe reference, a down 4 registers as low. Now, what a crush means is not the anime girl pillow you have next to you when you go to sleep. It's actually when a move in a character's moveset, not necessarily a movement, but a move will crush a certain height of attack. So let's say fighting a Brian, any character really, they're jabbing you out. All that good stuff. There are moves such as Jin's natural down 4. Since those jabs register as high, normally you'd have to duck them. His down 4 will actually weave it for you. That's my bad. See how we threw that punch? Jabs are too quick. That would have hit me if I was doing any other move. If I try to jab on reaction like that, I'm either blocking or I'm getting hit. But his punch comes out, his jab comes out, but I'm down 4ing. And like you can tell during the move too, Jin ducks his shoulder, his head dips. That registers in Tekken. That's a valid movement. It's not just an animation. It's his active hitbox moving. Now, a lot of characters will have moves where they weave, and you just have to experiment with your own character on which moves they have that'll crush highs. But just to show you another example, I already said it. Let's say this Brian is just down 4 spamming. He's mixing you up good, but he's down 4 spamming and you don't feel comfortable going for the parry or ducking the block because he might launch you. What you can do, if you're playing Jin, is throw his up forward 4. I'm going to try and let the down 4 come out. 2, 3. If I throw it, by the time his move starts, I shouldn't have time to throw a whole launcher. But since Jin actually genuinely hops and his hitbox moves like that and he lifts his foot, it weaves Brian's down 4 on its own. So if you're fighting a Brian and he's down 4 spamming and you have a bit of a read, which if you guys don't know what that is, I can go whole video on that topic. But if you make a read, or basically if you guess accurately that he's gonna throw it, throwing an up forward 4 will give you the launcher and weave his move. You don't have to worry about parrying it. It'll just weave it on its own. Then you get a whole launch punish. Now, like I said, you're gonna have to experiment with your own character. I played a lot of Jin in Tekken 7, and I watched a lot of Tekken media. I found out about crushing a while ago. But really, you're gonna have to experiment with your own character, find out what moves they have that'll weave highs or lows. But every character has them. You just gotta find them. Just letting you guys know the property exists. Like I said, it'll take you 2 minutes. Go try out your character's moveset, watch the animation. If their hair ducks, set the Brian to jab, check if it crushes. If their character lifts a leg, such as Jin's little hop kick, check if that'll weave a down 4. And just to clarify, you're not necessarily dodging active frames. What this allows you to do is if the Brian is throwing his down 4, if he starts it, you can't react to it with a launcher. I don't know if Can. Yeah, Can doesn't crush. You shouldn't be able to react to it with your own launcher. But if you throw something that crushes, basically, depending on your timing, you can. You have to worry about it for less amount of time. I can never react to the down 4 with Can, which is down 3+4. That's just me predicting the timing because I have it set. In a real match, I would not be able to react like that. It would have to be a snake head, which comes out way slower. But what the hop kick allows me to do is make a read, and And if that read is correct, it doesn't really matter what time I start it, that kick will never hit me. I can throw it from range, I can throw it from up close, it's just the timing. So like I said, it's not necessarily weaving the whole move's active frames, it's crushing the startup and the stance of it. The second tip I have for you today is something I want to call frame math. Now if you don't know how frame data works, I will gladly do a video on that for you, but here's a little summary of a tip I have based off of it. And I figure I might as well show you guys how I'm setting it up. So I'm going to practice settings, training mode, fake offense, defense. You record for him. If he's not blocking after that combo, he's trying to jab again, I'm positive after he hits that combo, because frame data can actually be complicated. If he hits it and I block it, I'm +6, which means we're +6 frames till we're back into neutral. I get to move 6 frames before he does, is how I want you to think about it. So if he hits that combo and I block it, I'm +6. So he has 6 frames so he can throw a jab, and then the jab comes out in 10 frames, meaning I have 6 frames to react before a jab is faster than any move in the game. Those 6 frames, if I know he's throwing it and I throw a move after, let's say Jin's hop kick, let me stop him for a bit. Jin's hop kick, you can see in the bottom left, 15 frames. If I'm +6, that means my move comes out in 9 frames. Therefore, a jab is 10 frames. He can't jab me. I'm gonna block it. He's trying to jab right now. You heard him grunt a little bit because he wanted to jab. That's my bad. Too bad. He doesn't get to. Because the frame math says that I'm +6. Now my third and final tip is something called fuzzy guarding. And I'm going to use another Brian string. Actually the same one I've been showing. But 1-2-1 and 1-2-3. 1-2-1 is a high mid check, and 1-2-3 is a high low. And you might be able to react to it if you watch carefully, but basically even if you learn to react to it, you're going to be watching for what you consider when you're fuzzy guarding anyways. So when you fuzzy guard, the 1-2-1 will come out faster than the 1-2-3. So you're gonna hop into a practice room, set Brian to do the 1-2-1, 1-2-3, and literally for 30 seconds you could let him throw it and find timing where if he throws the 1-2-1, you hold back for just long enough, and if the left arm doesn't start moving, just slide your finger. I play on D-pad basically. I'm holding back. If he doesn't throw the 1-2-1, if I don't see the left arm move again, I just slide tap it from back to down back. It's literally that quick. It just has to be that quick. You can hold it for a little bit of time. It doesn't have to be like lightning fast or anything. That's kind of all it takes. And you can guard the string. I'm just tapping it, literally just tapping it, and the way Tekken works, it leaves me in low block for long enough to where I just have to tap it. And the cool thing about holding back and then tapping down back to block the low is that if I just tap down back, I can tap down back, then set my D-pad to neutral, which will give me a while standing punish. I let go of it, boom. Tap 2, Jin does a while standing 1. So you can hold back, you can hold down back, you can go from holding back to down back into holding back again, just to keep blocking. But what I recommend is getting the timing down for the 1-2-1 versus the 1-2-3. Essentially, fuzzy guarding, the mid option will come out faster, and if you find the groove where that split second doesn't start, just tap down back. The point of fuzzy guarding versus just reacting is that you're tapping down back, and that gives you the chance to duck an option, let's say for other strings, or block the low. And if you don't want to commit to a low parry or even a held low block, you just tap it. All I had to do was tap it to block the 1-2-3, and I'm back to playing again. I'm back to holding back, I'm back to being able to schmooth. So that is fuzzy guarding. Hope y'all learned some, hope you enjoyed. Hope this will help people of all ranks, all Tekken knowledge levels. And if there's anything y'all want me to cover, let me know, and I will get back at you with that real soon. Peace.